What do die-hard movie fans name their Christmas trees?
What?
Bruce Willis.
Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from us at the Black Party, aka BP Fun. Welcome to another Nerds in Squares podcast. I'm your host with the most, Captain Zeus, followed by Relatable Panda, the most relatable panda of our bunch, I guess. I mean, there's no other pandas here.
One and only.
We're gonna talk about the Marvel and DC movies and shows from 2022 and 2023. Our thoughts on them, and whether this is 2023 is looking pretty good. 2022 we got some mixed feelings so far, but we're hoping 2023 just does better. Please. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification button to know when the next podcast episode does indeed release. For you watching elsewhere on Spotify, Apple, whatever, thank you also so much for watching. Make sure to follow if you haven't already, and let us know what other podcast topics you guys want us to talk about. Go to our website, www.bpfun.live, and in our podcast section, we have a suggestion box. You can go ahead and suggest podcast topics for us. But we're going to go ahead and start this off with DC. We had a little bit of a small release for 2022. We had the Batman, Black Adam, League of Super Pets, and then we also had Peacemaker. So, we some interesting choices here. I'll let you start off, Panda. How do you feel about these movies and show?
Okay. Peacemaker, I get that everybody loves him.
Love it.
I'm gonna start off with the show because it's the only one that we have.
Yeah.
DC, I know y'all want to take y'all's time with content, but please, we need more.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit more. Peacemaker, okay. I kind of get the reason for him being in Suicide Squad. Did he need his own spin-off show?
Absolutely.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to say no.
Wow.
I'm going to say no. Because, for the same reason that I told you when we originally talked about this, I don't like the idea of just seeing a costume run around beating the crap out of people.
That's a John Cena joke for people that didn't get it. I hate
But no, all in all, great casting choice, though, for Peacemaker. I will give him that. Will I go back and give it a second chance? Yes. But as of right now, I don't think it was fully needed. Not going to say that it wasn't bad. Not going to say that it wasn't good. I'm just kind of meh about it.
Just like
League of Super...
About the League of Super Pets.
Yeah, just perfect segue here.
Perfect segue.
I am meh about the League of Super Pets. I don't think it was something that we really needed.
It was for kids.
I get that it's for kids, and I love the fact that they're trying to reach out to the younger audience. Trying being the really key word there. Yeah. It's another thing where we have the classic duo of The Rock and Kevin Hart,
which we totally need.
More movies. I don't really have many thoughts on the League of Super Pets, but I do like the fact that The Rock and Kevin Hart do always try to do projects together, which is why I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, they did not find a small part for Kevin Hart to do in Black Adam.
Pun, really? Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
dude,
look,
that's like 3 in a
row. I'm in a
Seriously.
punny mood today. Okay,
that's 3 in a row. My word.
What can I say? I'll get you with one of them one day.
Yeah. Good luck, Charlie.
Yeah. Hey. Black Adam. Dare I say probably the biggest disappointment of a movie in 2022.
Wow, like Marvel included?
Let me go back to our list real quick.
Because remember, there's Love and Thunder in there.
I don't know.
Oh my.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to teeter on that one for a minute.
The fact that it's teetering is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your thoughts.
I don't know. I didn't care for it. I didn't see all the hype about it, honestly. For me, if you're hyping up a movie, just off of your main cast or like main actor, you're not really giving it any room to do it justice by comic standards. And I already know people are going to be like, well, it's not the comic version, it's the movie version. Like, no. Yes, I get that it's the movie cinematic version, but you still do need comic aspects of it.
I mean, we kind of got it. Like the example, costumes. Costumes for DC are always on point. Like,
yes, the costume was, yes, I'll give them that.
Visually, DC movies, well, besides like Shazam and Aquaman and...
Well, we're not going to get into this.
We're not going to get into this. But, I mean, this one was visually great. Like, visually, it was really good.
Like I said, I waited for it to come on the streaming platforms.
Platform.
Because I wasn't... Platform, yeah, let me correct myself there.
HBO Max, guys.
Because I wasn't going to go spend money on this movie.
You probably did the right decision.
I mean, to the fact, too, that The Rock spoiled probably one of the biggest things that could have had a lot of momentum for them in Superman being a part of it.
Dude, that pissed me off. Like, how are you?
That's not something.
Marvel.
That's not something you spoil.
You don't spoil the end credits. That's
exactly
their whole bread and butter. Like, they're no.
I mean, they went so far as putting Benedict Cumberbatch with Tom Holland.
I mean, granted, Tom
to
Holland
prevent
spoils
spoilers,
everything, so that's
exactly,
not really saying much.
No, but they put him there as damage control.
True. Yeah. Okay.
They need that with The Rock now. Well,
they did. They just got rid of him.
Yep. Just like Henry. Man,
really?
That's
that was depressing.
That was real depressing.
Like, come on.
But I hope that they will bring him back because I don't see how they can get anybody else to play Superman. But this is a topic for another day for everybody. But
yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
The Rock has ruined Henry's career as Superman by promoting this movie every which way, only for it to be the biggest disappointment.
Because he said that he was going to be in the movie, and I was thinking he was going to be in there for like half the movie, but then he was just the end credits. Like,
yeah, you don't do that.
Nothing wrong with Henry. Henry's great. Everything about him great. Like, he did nothing wrong. This was all DC pre-James Gunn and The Rock, and The Rock's very controlling. If you have,
I'm gonna say it's The Rock. Yeah.
I mean, in his contract, it says he can't lose a fight. So
that tells you all you need to know.
Tells you all you
I don't know.
To know.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to live his life 1/4 mile at a time. Who knows? I told you I'm in a punny mood today. I don't know.
On, I swear.
Anyway, and so this brings me to the last movie of DC, which I have to say is in my top 3 of DC and Marvel combined. And that's The Batman. I had my reserves about this movie when it first came out. When it was first released, that
he really
Robert Pattinson
I had
was
to convince him a bit. I had to
Batman. To be fair, I never really saw Robert act in anything other than Twilight, and then his short little stint in Harry Potter when he dies as Cedric.
Wow, you really hadn't seen him in anything then. Okay.
No, I hadn't seen him in anything. So The Batman was my first real dive look at him as an actor. And I will be the first to admit when I'm wrong on something. And I was wrong. He played Batman really well. I love the darker tone that they took with this movie. It gives me hope for what they can do in the future with him, as well as Joker. Hopefully they can mesh those two together somehow, some way. That would be great.
Is that your cat?
Yes, that's my cat in the background.
Oh my gosh. Because I saw her in the back and I was like, what the frick?
She is doing what all cats do and playing with a box. So
makes sense. So if you guys hear some jinglingles, it's just her in the
background. She has her sleigh bells with her and she's playing in a box, so she's good.
She's actually a half reindeer.
Yeah, she's Rudolph.
So one movie I forgot to add on this list was
what's up?
It was the DC showcase Constantine: The House of Mystery. Basically, it was the House of Mystery. It was a collection of a few shorts. The House of Mystery was one of them, and then it had one for
Mm-hmm.
Commandy, one for Blue Beetle, and one for the losers. The House of Mystery was kind of the
Gotcha.
main point of it, and it was the sequel
Mm-hmm.
to Apocalypse War, which was the ending of the
Oh,
DC
okay.
animated universe. So I don't know. I don't
Gotcha.
know if you got to see that. I know you haven't seen a lot of the DC animated
I
universe
haven't
movies.
I haven't seen it really much of the animated ones, but I do know Constantine as his as the comic version. Um and from what I've seen in previous um
Matt Ryan voiced him,
renditions.
by the way, in the DC animated
So
universe and in this. So that's a little fun tidbit for you
I
guys.
would I would like to see it though. That's something on my to watch list for sure. But yeah, overall for DC movies and one show, DC, y'all need to pick it up a little bit. Just give us a little bit more content, whether it be live action, animated. Um, we just need a little bit more filler. That's all we really need, like to fill in those gaps, because y'all they have potential now. Um, they really have a lot of potential, and I'm glad to see what they did this year, and that's where I'm at with that.
So
What about you?
I know I told you I just binge watched the DC animated universe within these past like
Yeah,
2 weeks. I was really in the mood for it, and I'm glad I did. There's some really good content there. The fact that they just low key built an entire universe for DC under the radar, and those a lot of those movies are rated R. Like those movies are not for kids for a good chunk of them,
no,
which goes into the whole DC showcase, Constantine, the House of Mystery movie, or short, I should say. It was it's like 30 minutes or something.
it's a short,
Yeah, and it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved about 90% of the DC animated universe,
of course.
excluding a few films that I thought were just ruined or just not good at all. And that one was like a really good successor to it. I know the Tomorrowverse is the sequel universe to the DC animated universe, because I'm not going to spoil it because I know you haven't seen it, but the events of Apocalypse War leads to like a reset, so to speak, and that's where the Tomorrowverse comes
Oh,
into play, which
gotcha.
that has Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 and 2, the Justice Society movie. It's got those movies in there.
Okay.
Overall, I enjoyed the short showcase. Commandy was pretty nice. The losers were okay, and Blue Beetle I thought was hilarious. It was a lot of homage to Adam West's animated Batman series. A lot of homage.
Nice.
So it was very enjoyable
Nice.
just to watch and
Okay.
sit there. The League of Super Pets, I didn't bother to watch. I mean, when I heard that Kevin Hart and The Rock were in it, I automatically dismissed it. As
True.
much as I love Keanu Reeves and Kevin Conroy, like it's not gonna
Them
be
two in a
good.
movie with them is not going to be good.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is not it. And I heard like literally it was all you saw advertisements for it everywhere. Once the movie came out, I heard literally nothing. Like it was like an empty void, and that's how I knew it wasn't going to be that good. And I think one thing DC should do too is don't worry about making movies for kids. Like, sure, you can do them every now and then, like the Lego Batman movie. That one was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed
Yeah.
watching it. But like, you don't have to try. You know what I mean? Like, you're the
Yeah.
darker counterpart to Marvel. Let Marvel do all the kiddie stuff. You're gonna make the stuff for the adults, the stuff that groups of friends are gonna go see because this is literally
Oh, yeah.
awesome, and stick to that. Because going into the next one, Peacemaker was a great series to watch, even though it was an unexpected spin-off that I'm sure a lot of people weren't expecting or wanting. I'm glad we got it because John Cena did amazing. Like I knew he had some pretty decent acting skills. Like I've seen him in a few movies here and there, and he's usually freaking hilarious. But like man, he played a really good broken anti-hero. In my opinion, I think he's a better actor than The Rock. But granted, that's not saying much since The Rock is like an action star, and I mean they both came from WWE, so But I thoroughly enjoyed Peacemaker. I thought that was probably one of the best Marvel and DC shows to come out of 2022. Period. Like it is, it has everything you want in a more mature comic series,
Yeah.
and I
Definitely.
can't wait for season 2. To be honest, like I just hope it's double everything. It's just as big, it's just as crazy. Yeah, And going into something that was crazy, Black Adam. Um, I've said this before. Like, this movie was in development for like 10 to 15 years, and we got like such a disappointment with it. Yeah, The Rock was casted as, Black Adam like for a long time ago, and he has a busy schedule. But for a movie that's been like in the works for so long, like it's got to be near perfect. And visually, it was like I didn't see an issue visually except for maybe the ending antagonist, this whole satanic reverse Black Adam dude. It kind of looked Marvel cheesy there, but everything else looked great. Like I swear, I was like, this is what comic book movies need to look like. Like this was great visuals. And the action scenes were great. Even I love the homage they played to the Injustice game with Dr. Fate when he did that one move against that end boss, basically. Super good. I loved
Yeah,
it.
that one end boss.
Look, I didn't remember the name. Like, I literally didn't. I didn't care to remember.
That one guy.
One guy.
That one guy.
One thing that ruined the movie was the story. Which I mean, that's the whole drive of any movie is the story. Not only did they make Black Adam's character, his origins too complex, like they had it right up until like a certain point, and then they just twisted it and ruined it. But like you also made Dr. Fate an alien. Like he's supposed to be like working with Naboo, which is the Egyptian god of order, if I'm not mistaken. But they made him a freaking the helmet came from an alien from millions of years ago. I'm like, no, what are you doing? That's not how this works.
What was the point?
There was no aliens involved in that. Like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't like that. That bothered me. But I mean, what's his name? Pierce Brosnan. That guy was a perfect cast for Dr. Fate. Like casting wise, even though I wasn't a fan of the guy that played Hawkman because of the race bending, and I just didn't really care for him, to be honest. But like, I think everyone else was pretty spot on, to be honest. Even The Rock was pretty spot on. Just don't have him have creative control of the movie, because then this happens.
No.
You get this blunder, not blender.
You said blunder.
Okay, I thought I said blender. My bad.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, but Black Adam was just a disappointment. It was a major disappointment. I wanted it to be
the biggest disappointment.
I wouldn't say the biggest. In my opinion, I think this is definitely like the second biggest disappointment of the year. Thor: Love and Thunder was number one. That was the number one, but we'll get into that. And then to finish off the 2022 slated The Batman. Such a good movie. I've seen it way too many times. I really, the only issues I had was Catwoman. I don't like the actress personally. I don't think that she was needed in that movie. I mean, I get why she was in it and it's fine, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the actress. I also didn't like how they had Joker in there. I don't like the casting for it. I don't think he should have been in that movie at all.
I think it was just to tie it in, honestly. I don't think they're going to roll with that.
I do not care. He did not need to be in there. He did not. Like, you literally could have had anyone else in there and it would have been fine. His effect had like if you would have left the deleted scene in there, maybe, but since the deleted scene was out, him in there had no point. Not a fan of it. Like, maybe have an outline of like him, like of his face, but I don't want to hear him talk. I don't want to see what he looks like. Like, none of that.
I mean, I thought that's what they did, though. They only had the outline.
Nope. You actually saw his face, or like the lower half of his face, like where his mouth
I was gonna say you probably only saw like the messed up part of it.
Yeah, but like I mean, like just the like a shadow outline. That's what I mean.
Gotcha.
So like it's like, yeah, that's the Joker. You know what I mean?
Did you have Jared Leto flashbacks?
As much as people hate on Jared Leto's Joker, and I was one of them for a while, when I saw the Snyder cut, I was like, dude, he could have played a really good Joker. Like, I wanted to see what the David Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad was, because, I mean, the Suicide Squad wasn't bad, just wasn't great. It could have been great if we would have had the original cut, but, DC.
Yeah, definitely.
They just love to ruin their own stuff. They take after Marvel in that aspect.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and move on to the 2023 slated shows and movies. Movie-wise, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. We have The Flash, Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, or Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, whatever. And we also have Blue Beetle. If I'm not mistaken, those are the only confirmed movies for 2023. A little bit more
Yep.
than 2022, and not bad. We'll have to see. And I think show-wise, the only thing we have is The Flash Season 9. I know Peacemaker
Yes.
Season 2 is in the works. I know they have the HBO spin-offs from the Batman, but I don't know if those were slated to release then. I know those have been up in the air,
I
especially
didn't
with
really hear anything about
James
that.
Gunn in charge. But yeah, what are your thoughts on these, Panda?
So again, I'm gonna start off with the show here. Flash season 9 feels like this show has been going on forever.
It has.
Grant Gustin, man, he, in my opinion, is probably the best actor to play Barry Allen in The Flash. That's just me personally watching him. Compared to Ezra, I mean,
that's not much of a comparison.
It's not much of a comparison, so I'll take Grant any day of the week. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for the Flash season 9 as someone who's followed the Arrowverse a little bit better, a little bit more. I'm not gonna say better. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because this is the final bow for the Arrowverse. Flash season 9 is gonna put in literally wrap up the Arrowverse in its entirety. It's going to be a shorter season than what people are used to seeing. It's about going to be like 13 episodes long, I think. So it'll be good to see where they end it. To finally, cap that off and put that at bed.
Something they should have did like 5 seasons ago, but
Blue Beetle. I'm interested because, gonna be honest, I don't know much about him.
Fair.
So I'm very much intrigued to see where that goes, and how they do that because I'm genuinely curious about Blue Beetle as an entity. So we'll high hopes for that one at least. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Yeah. I liked the first Shazam. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. Visually, I feel like it could have been better.
They didn't have much of a budget for that one.
They really didn't. Interested to see where they go with this one. Because I don't see where they could essentially tie anything in from the last one. And I don't really remember the first one that much.
It wasn't very memorable.
It wasn't memorable. Hopefully they can make this one a little bit more memorable. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes. Don't really know what to expect from it, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
So, Aquaman. I am looking forward to Aquaman probably the most out of this list.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Intrigued to see where Jason Momoa will take the character and how well this will do. I also want to point out that these movies kind of have some expectations to meet because, I mean, as we've seen already, if your movie don't do good with this new
you're out, kid.
This new regime, you're getting kicked to the curb, buddy. So these guys, these movies have a lot of pressure on them. So Aquaman, I'm interested to see where Jason Momoa will take him and how well that this movie does. I remember bits and pieces of the first one, so that'll be interesting to see how they tie it all in. But that's all I can really say about it because I don't want to touch on the other part of it.
Dude, you can touch on it now. Everyone knows the one character in that movie they wanted recasted. Amber Turd.
I hope they kill her character off, honestly.
Honestly, if you recast her as Emilia Clarke, bro, perfect.
We could do that. Works
because of their chemistry from Game of Thrones. It's like
exactly
perfect.
We could do that. We could do that. Or you can just like give a brutal death, and that would be doing the fans justice as well.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
I mean, look, hey, either or, like I said, either or.
You're cool with either option. Okay.
If you go one way or the other, I'm fine.
Okay, fair.
The Flash. I don't know why this movie is still coming out.
Because they put so much time and money into it.
I mean, they put time and money into other projects that they finally scrapped.
Not really. The only one I can think of is Batgirl, but that one was garbage from the get go. No one even was liking it.
Well, I know that it was garbage from the get go, but I mean, they
Like,
still put time and money into it, and they still
if
scrapped it.
when you casted, I'm not racist, guys. I'm not racist. I promise. Like, if you cast the wrong race, not an attractive one at that, for the role, when you had someone in the casting options that looked and fit the role much better, but you chose a completely different option because of some type of agenda or pressure from the powers that be, and then you just like it wasn't a movie we wanted or at all, to be honest,
or asked for,
and then when you do that, plus the movie was like done within the first like year of it being announced, like that's pretty crazy too. Like
exactly.
As much as I love Brendan Fraser, and it would have been interesting to see him as Firefly, I don't think he should have been Firefly, though. To be honest, there's better roles he could have been as.
Definitely.
But, like, that movie just didn't look like it was going to be good from the get go.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested to see. I mean, I am interested in seeing what they're doing with the Flash, because there was a few scenes from what I've heard that they've had to cut because of recent partings.
Rumor has it that Henry Cavill and
Gal Gadot
Superman and Wonder Woman, their scenes were cut.
We'll see how true that is.
Yeah.
I would expect it because they parted ways with the actors and actress, the actor and actress.
I mean, it's Warner Bros. What are you gonna? It's tough to.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I will say though, being that this will probably be the last product that we see Ezra Miller in for the Flash,
or in general.
Unless I am excited
because Disney.
Second chances.
Oh yeah. Look at Tom Hanks. Anyways.
So I am intrigued to watch it just for the parting, the send off for the end of it. Just to be like, hey, look, you had your movie, kid. Get on with your life. Get away from here. We don't need you anymore.
Go on, get, boy. Go on, get.
So they have a lot of pressure. Again, just to sum it up, they have a lot of pressure to perform. So we'll see what happens.
That's what she said. Anyways, so The Flash season 9, I honestly think The Flash should have ended seasons ago. Like, I know we've all seen how garbage the latest seasons have been with the visuals and the story and
copy paste.
Like, it's just the first 3 seasons
were
the
so
Flash. Good. Shut up. The first 3 seasons were so good. Like, that plus Arrow really launched a bunch of these spin-offs because that one was so successful. And it just all of its money went to like all the other crappy spin-offs like Batwoman and DC Legends of Tomorrow, like all the ones no one asked for or wanted. They were just sending it over there.
Legends is pretty good though.
Season 1 of Legends was great. Season 2 was okay. Afterwards it was garbage. And it got 7 seasons? I have no idea.
Yeah, 7 seasons.
I don't even know how it got to a season 4.
Yeah.
Like, CW is like the worst place to have any show if you want to be, I guess, good. I mean, they're doing a Gotham Knight series, but it has nothing to do with the game. It's where the kids, it's like the son of Batman. His Batman was dead, and he's got to solve the mystery with all these other cliche Vampire Diaries type high school kids.
That's like, a little weird.
It's the dumbest thing ever. CW is garbage.
Just go to the back computer, type it up. You'll get your answer. There you go. Boom.
I mean, moving on. Flash, I could care less for, to be honest. I love Grant Gustin. I think he was great. I don't want to see him as Flash again, to be honest. I would like a fresher face.
I wouldn't mind.
I would like.
I wouldn't mind seeing him on the big screen.
We need to give other people a chance, man. We gotta give other people a chance. I'm sure we'll see him in a cameo in the Flash movie, though.
As long as I get a cameo of Grant Gustin in the Flash, I'm good.
So, going into, since we're already talking about the Flash, we'll talk about the Flash. And that movie has some expectations because originally it was supposed to be Flashpoint, which, if that's the case, would be a good way to reboot the universe.
That's right.
Now, if it's not the case, then, I mean, I heard that they were still trying to do a Crisis on Infinite Earths thing to, like, reboot, so it's really up in the air.
Yeah.
So I think
that'd be interesting.
I think this movie's just going to be Flashpoint, but not completely, because they're not gonna go to a universe where Thomas Wayne is Batman. They're just gonna go to Michael Keaton's Batman universe, which,
Oh, okay.
from what we're being told, is Batman Beyond at this point.
Yeah.
Which the Michael Keaton Batman movie that was slated was the Batman Beyond movie,
Beyond.
supposedly.
So it'd be a good way to put that back up.
And to be honest, I think that was a big no-no from them getting that canceled. Michael Keaton as an older Batman, giving the reins to a younger kid to do for Batman Beyond, that would have been the sickest thing ever, because we could have just got cyberpunk Batman. Like, just, that would have been so cool. I would have been all
It's still up
it.
in the air, though.
It's canceled.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, and I don't really know what to expect with the Flash movie, because we have Ben Affleck's Batman in there. And we have Michael Keaton Batman in there, and we have Ezra Flash, cluster. But we have like another Flash in there that's also Ezra Miller, from what I saw in the trailer. And then we have Supergirl, who this version of Supergirl was in the Injustice comic. That's the only existence of her, so it's a brand new character essentially. So I really have no idea what to expect with that movie.
So wait, there's a trailer out already for The Flash?
Yeah, they released it like early this year, late last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so then I was told that
it was last year for DC Fandom. That's what it was.
Okay, because I was going to say I was told that the first ever trailer for it was supposed to be revealed during the Super Bowl this year.
Maybe like a full-length trailer, but they did drop a teaser trailer of some sort.
Okay, cool.
During like DC Fandom last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I got on The Flash. I don't know what to expect. I would like it to be good. I don't think it will be. We shall see.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect from any of these.
Blue Beetle, I hope, is good. I like Blue Beetle as a character. I'm not too in depth on his character as I am with others. I loved watching him in like the DC animated universe and in Young Justice. Even when there was Batman, the Brave and the Bold, like I always was intrigued with his character. And so I am excited to see what's going to come out of this. I haven't heard anything besides some casting on it, and the casting looks pretty dang good. And we also see some set photos of his suit, and his suit looks pretty spot on. So I'm all for it. I am all for it. Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. I mean, I hope the visuals are better than the first one. The first one, underwater scenes were kind of meh. Like, if this is kind of sad, but the Snyder Cut's visuals were better than the Aquaman movie visuals.
Yeah,
which is crazy. But as long as Amber Heard's not in it, I'll watch it. If she's in it, I'll maybe wait till it's on HBO Max and maybe watch it. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to expect with the movie. I heard Orm's coming back, and I love the guy that played Prince Orm. He was pretty good.
Nice.
I would like to see Black Manta in there, but like have actual character development and actually be good. He looked dope in the first movie, but that was it. That's all he
went nowhere.
It literally went nowhere. Like his point in that movie didn't make sense. So yeah, Aquaman, hoping to be better. Shazam! Fury of Gods is another one. This one I don't think is going to do good.
Really?
From what I've seen from the trailers, visually it's going to be really bad. Just as bad, if not worse, than the first one, actually.
Okay.
Story-wise, it doesn't look that good. I mean, granted, I'm only judging it off of the trailer, so I could be completely wrong. But like the Shazam family, or as voices would say, the Sh-family, they're kind of split doing their own things, which I guess is fine. Maybe that's something you should have done for the third movie, though, since we literally just got them in the last movie. And I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really see the point with those two chicks coming down to like exact revenge or whatever. Like, I don't know. The movie could be good. It could have been better. I think it should have had some ties with Black Adam. Maybe it was like a segue to introduce Black Adam, but who knows how DC's slate was at the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it would have been better to slate it like that, but who knows why they didn't.
I don't think Shazam's going to do good. I'm not going to see it in theaters. The Flash I might see in theaters. Blue Beetle I'll definitely see in theaters as long as the trailer keeps me interested. And Aquaman I'm probably not going to see in theaters either.
So only one movie to go see in theaters for you.
For me, DC-wise, only one movie. Now, let's flip over to the Marvel side to see how things have transpired. So, just to recap for the 2022 slates, we had movie-wise Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and we also had this Disney Plus series Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and their special presentations for Werewolf by Night and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. A lot more options than DC.
To choose from.
Yeah, a lot more
Yep.
options. Panda, go ahead and give us your opinions, man.
All right. So, Werewolf by Night was probably it was done so well. I loved it. Great feature for them. It was a great feature for them. God, I could go on about that one, man. It was so good. It was so well done.
We did a whole review on that, guys.
Yes, we did. I love the fact that this was their first noir film that I like in recent years. Let me clarify. In recent years,
I was gonna say the only one that would be a noir would be like Logan, but that was a noir edition. Like that wasn't
exactly
like noir.
This was released as a noir film, and I love the character development that we kind of saw through it. Where the minute that they finally bonded with the artifact, it finally goes to color. Like, I love that was something that was done towards the end of the movie and not in the middle of the movie or in the beginning of the movie. It really kept the feel of the movie. So well done from them. Guardians of the Galaxy, I've heard a lot of good things about. I personally have not seen it yet. I will probably watch that tonight when we're done with this. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't.
You like looked into my eyes and you're like, when we're done with this.
Moon Knight. Oh my gosh. That series tripped me out.
Good.
It was a brain trip for me. Because, oh my gosh, it kept me entertained. It kept me interested. It kept me on the hook. Like, what's going to happen next? And I always, like, I was always waiting for the next episode to come out. And I can't say that for any other Disney Plus series that they have released.
Okay, I'll give you that.
She-Hulk.
Garbage. Move on.
As far as Disney Plus series go, they knew what they were doing by teasing Daredevil for the entire thing, only to put Daredevil into it in the last episode.
They pulled a rock. That's what they
Y'all
did.
are wrong for that. First off, y'all are wrong for that. Anybody who says She-Hulk was good, I don't know what y'all were on when y'all were watching that. I don't know.
Shrooms.
Not good. Moving on. Miss Marvel. I get that this was a series to set up the Marvels. Not needed. Moving on.
Just freaking sped run through that.
Dude, not interesting.
I can't blame you, though.
Not interesting, not good, not needed. Like, why are you bringing Meg the Stallion in on freaking She-Hulk?
That was
for no reason.
Only
to boost ratings. Like, that is the only sole purpose that showed.
It was so cringe. I mean, I'll go into that later. Go
anyway.
Yeah.
Movie-wise, the second biggest disappointment of the year for me, Love and Thunder.
That's my number one.
Only reason that I give it the second is because I can kind of see the point of what they were doing with the movie by having Korg tell it. Which is why confirmed. It had the... It's not confirmed. I get that it's not confirmed, but it's my optimistic viewpoint on it.
You are... Okay.
That's the only reason. It makes sense why it was so comedy-filled. Not that it made it good. It was not a good movie, but I can give it some bonus points for the optimism of having Korg be the one to tell the story. Because who doesn't love Korg?
Korg's pretty cool.
Piss off, Ghost. Kicks the wall. Anyway.
That was hilarious. That wasn't even in Love and Thunder either.
It wasn't even in Love and Thunder, but it's the only thing that I think of. It's the only thing I think of when I think of Korg.
Dude. Great character. Love him.
Great. Love and Thunder had so much potential though, but they just kind of dropped the ball with that big time.
Maximum potential.
Black Panther.
Whew.
Ooh, that was what a movie.
Whew.
That was a tearjerker of a movie.
I'm pretty sure I heard you sniffling.
Yes, I was sniffling. I'm not gonna lie, I was sniffling. Real quick, man, the way that they paid homage to Chadwick was amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they kind of opened the movie with the real world situation that he was dealing with it being something that was unknown to the city, the nation of Wakanda, and something that Shuri really had to battle with the entire time, feeling like she was a failure to save her brother's life. Not to mention, spoiler, I mean, if you haven't seen the movie by now, you deserve it to be spoiled. The main plot twist of that being when she drank from the herb and saw Killmonger.
I saw that coming, by the way.
Oh, that was so good. Such a good twist. I loved it. Great movie though. End credits were a little bit wonky.
And no,
same thing.
Continue.
What I don't think it was needed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like they could have done something more with it.
It was dumb.
I get the whole namesake and I get the reason why they did it to.
He gonna marry Storm.
Keep some stuff canon, but y'all didn't need to do it that way. It wasn't needed as an end credit scene. Now,
the last
Multiverse of Madness. Oh man,
what we got?
This was a great movie too. As far as movies go for this year, man, the only bad one that they put out was Love and Thunder. Doctor Strange, loved it. It was a very good movie to see in theaters. I loved how they told the story with it. I love that Wanda was literally off of her rocker the entire time. I mean, shoot, she secluded herself in a made-up land just to make herself feel better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about WandaVision.
No, well, yeah, WandaVision's kind of, and then, like, when Doctor Strange originally finds her.
Oh, no, that whole area was just corrupted from the magic.
It was corrupted from the magic, but, you know, like, I like how she fantasized what it was. Also love the fact that they made her slip up in that scene. She wasn't as calm, cool, and collected as she needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what really made it tick, like, oh man, maybe she is the real villain of this one. Because
she
was, like, but people who didn't want to believe it. The Wanda fans that didn't want to believe that she was the villain of this one.
There were a lot of people that didn't want to believe it. And I'm like, guys, she's a villain, like, half the time.
I remember leaving the theater, and I don't know if you caught this, because I know you and I went to go watch this together.
Yeah.
There was somebody that was walking in front of us that hated the movie because they turned Wanda bad.
That's so stupid.
And I was like, I wanted to say something, but I was like, dude, look, it's too late. I'm not doing this. It's too late in the night. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
Oh my god. Literally, the fan casting everyone's been begging for. We finally got.
I love the fact that all the trailers that were released for this movie spoiled about all of the big reveals.
Did it?
Professor X.
Honestly, I only watched like the first
Mordo.
2 trailers. That was it.
When the Illuminati came out, when they were talking about the Illuminati, it was confirmed that we got to see Mordo, Maria Rambeau.
I only saw Mordo. I didn't see anyone else.
Professor X. There was a lot of stuff that had came out that Angel, sure enough, showed me. I was like, why are you showing me this? I didn't want to know this.
Thank you.
But now I know this. Thank you for spoiling this for me. I thought you loved me. I don't know.
What is love?
But to be in that theater with fans and to see John Krasinski come up
Dude,
as
everyone
Reed Richards,
flipped their
that theater
And
flipped.
then when Professor X came on, dude, oh
Yes.
my gosh, the
Oh,
back to back,
it was
wow.
so good. I love the way that they brought Reed Richards into it too with that stupid little portal thing.
You know that's the same tech
Uh,
that's used in Loki, right? Because of Kang.
yeah, I know.
Fun fact for you guys that
Um,
didn't know.
exactly. So it was great. I know I mentioned something about my top three, and I got to give my top three Batman, Multiverse, and it's a really close tie between Black Panther and Werewolf by Night.
Oh wow, okay. But who's in the
Yeah.
third spot?
Oh, I got to give it to Werewolf.
Wow. Okay.
I got to give it to Werewolf. Honestly,
Wow.
that was a
That's crazy.
um the sentimental value for Black Panther is what made it difficult.
I get that.
Um,
I get that. Dude.
but I don't know. I got to give it to Werewolf.
So here's my thoughts on this. First of all,
Go
we'll
for it.
go. I'll go in a similar order than you did. I haven't seen the holiday special for Guardians of the Galaxy yet. I plan to watch that on Christmas. By the time you guys are watching this, it'll probably I've already seen it at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
We're recording this a little earlier, but it's okay. Anyways, I've heard good things about it from the clips I've seen. It looks like it's going to be entertaining, so nothing too bad there. Werewolf by Night was beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I was excited for this since day one, and everyone I told this to looked at me like, what the frick? This doesn't sound interesting. Who the frick is the director? It's in black and white. I'm like, guys, this is this guy's directorial debut. It's going to
And
be,
what a
it's
debut.
noir. Like, that, first of all, that guy is a great composer. Amazing composer. And I think he also composed
Yes, he did.
the short, or
Yeah.
the feature. And if this movie entirely was in color, it would not have had the same effect, which is perfect because it was paying homage to all the classic horror movies from like way back then, and I loved it. I loved everything about that movie. Like I said, we did a movie review on this. It's another podcast episode. Feel free to check it out so you can hear our extensive thoughts on this. But yeah, so I'll move on from that. Loved it. Loved Werewolf by Night. When it comes to the series, She-Hulk was dog shit. Like, oh my gosh, it was. I binge watched the entire thing because I was like, I just want to watch Daredevil. I want to see what Daredevil's in there. I hated every second.
I told you not to do it.
I know you did, and
I warned you.
I know you did, but you know me. Like I am a Daredevil fan, and I had to my boy Charlie Cox as Daredevil again.
Always trust the panda. That's Shell's life lesson.
You gotta trust the panda, guys. But yeah, like I was watching She-Hulk, and I could think of anything but just like, this is so cringe. This is the dumbest thing ever.
They watered down Abomination.
They watered down Abomination and Hulk. I mean, the MCU just nerfed Hulk and made him like a bitch for like most of it. I mean, it's so annoying, especially when you look at the Edward.
We got his son out of it.
Dude, Scar first of all, it didn't make any sense why he was there, like at all. It made no sense. And his ugly ass haircut, dude.
Hey, no, look, remember who the barber is though. Remember who the barber is. The haircut makes sense.
Yeah. But dude, like this series could have been really good. I was actually excited at first because I thought the chick playing She-Hulk was not a bad choice at all. I thought this could have been pretty good. But then I see, and I'm just like, I'm like, why did they put Megan Thee Stallion there for the dumbest of reason? It was cringe, and I'm like, this is not something that you should put in a Marvel product anyways. Like, why is the end credit scene just her twerking with terrible CGI? Like, who the fuck cares? Like,
also another
and the fact
little
that the
thing.
ending was literally was pointless. The entire ending was pointless.
Yeah,
it made no sense. Like, they made her fourth wall breaking, like at first was fine, but then they just made it so dumb.
I get what they were trying to do with that, but it irks me when people were like, "Oh, she's the first ever Marvel character to break the fourth wall. There's nobody else that's done that before." Like, have you seen the Deadpool movies?
I mean, she was the first one in the comics to do it, yeah. But, I mean, cinematically, yeah, it was Deadpool. Like, he's the first one to do it. It's obvious. Also, Daredevil's costume looked dope. It was really close to how it was in the Netflix series. And I loved Daredevil in it. I really did. Charlie's great. Everything else is just dog water. It was terrible. I'm moving on. Ms. Marvel, I didn't watch at all. It was not needed. No one asked
Yeah, you followed
for
my
it.
advice on that one.
First of all, I was the one at first to say not to watch it, okay?
Yeah.
I'll give you She-Hulk. I'll give you She-Hulk.
Okay.
But yeah, Miss Marvel, I was like, nothing against the actress that played Miss Marvel. Like,
No.
she's a nerd. She's perfect for the role, to be honest. I just never liked the Miss Marvel character in the comics anyways. She was literally just a ripoff of Mr. Fantastic. But then I see clips from the show, and she's just a ripoff of Green Lantern. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do with her. Like and a lot of the clips I saw were just kind of cringe and just boring, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And
writing has a lot to do with it.
Writing has a huge thing to do with it. But it also comes down to the whole quality versus quantity, where they're just pumping out things to pump it out. Go watch our previous podcast episode to hear more about that, guys. See, nice segues. But
wink, wink,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah,
hey, my jokes are good too.
But yeah, we were just yeah, Ms. Marvel could care less for, didn't even bother. Moon Knight, on the other hand, oh my gosh. Like, out of the Disney Plus series, this is definitely in my top 3. I'd say number 1, followed by The Falcon and Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. That's my top 3.
I gotta give you that.
And Moon Knight, like, everything about it was so good. I mean, the only thing I'd say would be, like, the CGI in some parts they could have done a lot better. Like, I'm sure they were on a budget, so they didn't make it as good. But, like, dude, Moon Knight was great. Oscar Isaac's fantastic actor.
Yes.
And played that character to a T so good. And just everything about it was... I wish it was longer. I wish there was more episodes. Like, I wanted more. I still want more. And also, I think they're filming the 2nd season right now. Just a fun fact.
Yes.
But yeah, I want more Moon Knight. I want more Moon Knight. Everything about it was great. Just, that was S-tier MCU content right there. Now, to go into the movies, I'll start off with Black Panther. I was very worried going into that movie. You can ask Panda,
yes,
you can ask
were.
everyone else. Like, I did not like the first one at all. I thought it was meh. It could have been and should have been a lot better. Like, I thought Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger was fine. Like, he's a great actor. He played that role very well with what he was given. But, like, the character's motives didn't make sense. It was the dumbest thing ever. But, like, I was scared that this movie was going to just build on the hype. That's the wrong phrasing. Was just going to use Chadwick Boseman's death as the torch to get people into it. Kind of like how they had Daredevil as the torch to get people to watch She-Hulk.
Yeah.
However, my expectations were through the roof. That movie was amazing. Like, not only was the soundtrack really good, except for some certain songs I wasn't a fan of, but I mean, it's personal preference. Namor was great. Loved the actor that played him, loved everything they did with him, and the fact that he deliberately lost at the end so he can get exactly what he wanted the entire time was such a freaking clever plan.
Anti-hero.
Oh my gosh. Like, he was such a good anti-hero. I wish he was a little bit more villainistic, though, because Namor is
he kind of was.
Nah, he was pretty. He wasn't. He was very neutral. He was very neutral, which I was fine with. Like,
for now.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I'm tired of them turning anti-heroes into heroes all the time, or in villains into misbegotten heroes and anti-heroes. I hate when Marvel does that. And
they do that a lot.
They do. It's annoying. It ruins characters, and they did not ruin Namor. Namor was great.
Thankfully.
Loved it. The underwater scenes was really good. Riri Williams was the stupidest thing ever. I'm not a fan of her character at all. She ain't funny. The whole, like, honestly, like, she was such a minor plot point in there. Like, I did not like her whatsoever. Loved everything else. Shuri was great. The actress that played Shuri did a great job. Oh, Angela Bennett as the mom. Holy crap. I don't cry when I watch movies, but she had me. She had me at some points. I'm telling you, she was great. Like, I think she was nominated for a bunch of awards too.
Yeah, I think she was.
Oh my heavens, I can't get over that. She was an amazing actress. Amazing actress. Overall, that movie was so good. Again, we did a movie review on that. Feel free to check that out.
Yes, we did.
But the end credit scenes was dumb. Really was dumb. I don't think they should have did that because it seemed like it was them just like, hey, T'Challa's dead, but now there's another T'Challa.
T'Challa.
We're replacing him instantly, and I'm like, no, like that's too soon. That was way too soon. Now, granted, the end credit scenes that was originally there, I'm pretty sure, was the Doctor Doom one, and I know they took it out because they didn't want to make people go to the movies just for that. They wanted people to go there because Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther, and you know that. Yeah. Overall, really good movie. Definitely in my top 3 of the year for sure. Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness was really good. There were some parts that I was very meh about. I did like it overall though. Sam Raimi's a great director. He has a very hilarious style. I wasn't a fan of the push satanic side of like Scarlet Witch and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like I get it. Not a fan of it. Don't think it was needed like the way it was. I did love the Illuminati, the John Krasinski as
great.
Mr. Fantastic, which you would think would essentially confirm him as the MCU Mr. Fantastic because
no one else is gonna get that reaction.
There's no one
Let's
else
be real.
Like it would be the dumbest thing Marvel has done if they don't cast him as Mr. Fantastic, and it would make sense, especially since they're already almost done filming Jack Ryan season 4, and that's going to end the series, and that was a long running series. So if he's done with that, that leaves the slot open for Mr. Fantastic.
Because isn't that coming out like 2024?
Season 4, yeah, because season 3 just dropped.
No. I meant Fantastic Four.
2024, 2025, I think, one or the other.
Perfect. Let's get John in there, man.
And he's already almost done filming season 4, which is crazy. So it would be perfect. And we've said this over and over. Have Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman. Like that would be the perfect casting.
You could even bring back
what?
You can even bring back Cap as Johnny.
No. Anyway. No, you can get someone younger, get someone better. Because honestly, even if you did Fantastic Four where they don't have kids yet, or they just have kids, that would be cool. I'd be fine with that. Because I mean, in that universe, he did have kids, so it'd be cool if he had kids in this one too. And then
can we talk?
Professor X?
Can we talk? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Professor X coming back was so nostalgic because I know most of us grew up on him as, Professor X. Like, come on. Their deaths was
brutal.
Also, hold on, I forgot Black Bolt. Can we just the comic accurate Black Bolt suit?
Gosh,
this man.
I remember that.
Fun fact: that entire suit's all CGI.
Really?
That entire suit was CGI. What? Yeah.
Well, there went their budget.
That's where the She-Hulk budget went.
Exactly. But, look, on the topic of their death scenes, can we just talk about the fact that she just string cheesed Reed Richards?
I thought that was hilarious and ironic, especially because he stretches.
Exactly. I also love the fact, though, that before she did it, she was just like, "Do your kids have a mother?" She was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah. Okay, they'll be fine." Kills him off.
Scarlet Witch was such a savage in that movie.
Black Bolt, though.
Yo,
that death,
literally, I jumped out of my seat for like a second. I was like,
"What mouth?"
It was the literal. I remember because that scene was very reminiscent to The Matrix, where it's like, how are you going to make a phone call when you can't speak? And then his mouth goes away. Like that scene freaked me out as a kid watching that, especially with the bug going in his belly button. Oh, that freaked me out. But that's the vibe I got. I was like, it's like I was watching The Matrix for a second. I was like, he's like, how are you going to speak with no mouth? And his mouth is gone. And like anyone else, he's going to have a little reaction. And just, bro.
Oh. And then Professor X, man. The way that she killed Professor X.
So I was sad. I was like, that is not a way to go. That's such
I was like, she gonna snap his neck.
Now I was kind of hoping Mordo was gonna come from like the MCU main Earth and like kind of hunt him down a little bit. I was kind of hoping for that. That would have been cool, but we didn't. We got alternate universe. And that's fine. I don't care. And the fact that we had a different version of Captain Marvel, I hated that one. I wish we would have gotten the first Captain Marvel, but like the guy, the actual comic accurate one. That would have been cool. I'd have been cool with that. And he's like blue because like I think what Kree or whatever. That would have
Yeah,
been cool. I've been cool with that. And then we got Agent Carter, or I'm sorry, Captain Carter.
Captain Carter.
Dude, Captain Carter live action. I freaking love Haley Atwell. She's freaking wifey, dude. I mean, there's so many MCU. You know what? I'm not going to go into that.
We need a top 10 just for that.
I will gladly give my top 10 for that.
Why did I give him that idea?
You did. Like I already have a list. Those
I'm
top
sorry,
10 videos
guys.
are coming soon, guys. And then to top off the 2022 slate, the most disappointing movie in this entire year, Marvel and DC wise, was Thor: Love and Thunder. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead, tell me why.
Because you have Christian Bale, one of the goatest actors of our age.
I forgot about Christian Bale.
As Gore the God Butcher, who is such a huge villain for like such a long time in the comics. Like this man's name is the God Butcher. Like, are you kidding me? He has the Necro Sword, which, fun fact, is literally a symbiote sword from the Symbiote King. So that's a reference to like Venom and all the other symbiotes right there. Anyways. But yeah, so you had him in there. Christian Bale, freaking phenomenal actor. He did great in it. And that one scene where he had Thor, Valkyrie, and Jane all captive and like all the light went out. Like, oh my gosh, dude. I was like, shit's about to go down. And having Jane come back as the mighty Thor, I was cool with. I love that storyline with Jane. They even brought in the cancer bit, which, I mean, that sounds bad to, like, say, oh, they brought in the cancer storyline.
That sounds so bad.
It sounds so bad, but I was hoping they were going to do more with her, because, like, then we could have seen the relationship with her and Falcon, or Captain America at this point. Like, we could have saw that, like, and their relationship with her dealing with it. Like, that would have been so cool. I'd have been totally fine with it. But then they killed her off, and I was like, it was such a waste of a character, and
I think it was her time, though. Honestly, man.
We mean her time. We only saw her as Mighty Thor for like not even a full movie.
I know, but I mean, we had her in basically every other one except Ragnarok.
We only saw her in 2 other movies. Yeah,
that's it.
But think of how many movies we've seen Thor in. It's a lot more than 3.
But he's a god.
I mean, yeah, I don't see the point. Anyways.
Anyway.
The movie had terrible CGI. Gore's motivation was, it got dog water at the end, especially when the whole point was him killing gods because they can't be trusted. And so his wish to a god was to restore his daughter, and he gives that daughter to another god to raise as his, like... It was a dumb story plot. Now Russell Crowe as Zeus was nice. I liked that. I liked that in there. The little tidbit. It was really nice. Now they were gonna have him as Mephisto, which that would have been super dope. But I know Disney was like, let's not do that route now. So they took him off. So overall for 2022 Marvel slots, I would say it's more positive. I would say.
Remember too, though. Thor did set up for Hercules.
That is true. It did have a Hercules end credit scene, which...
And also She-Hulk basically kind of confirmed Mephisto as well. So
they didn't, but go watch his freaking Mephisto theory video on that. So we got the Marvel movies and shows for the 2023 release. We have Ant-Man, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels. And those are the movie slates. For shows, we have What If Season 2, Secret Invasion, Echo, Loki Season 2, and Ironheart. What are your thoughts, man?
Secret Invasion is the only good one out of the series.
I will concur. I
gotta say that Secret Invasion should be a movie. Put it out there. It should be a movie, but I am happy that we are getting it this year.
It should definitely be like a 2-parter event like Infinity War.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. Ironheart, don't really see why it's needed right now. Yes, I know Ironheart was in Black Panther, but not really needed. Loki Season 2, I don't see where you can take Loki anymore. Don't see why we need a Season 2. Season 1 wasn't really all that great. I mean, we saw different versions of Loki, but I don't see the hype. I'm sorry. Tom Hiddleston, great actor. Loki, great character. Dude's died too many times though. Kept bringing him back. He just needs to stay dead at this point.
He's died.
Yeah. Like, I will say the only cool thing that I like about Loki is the fact that they kind of retconned his death in Endgame by bringing him the Tesseract.
But that's in the alternate timeline. That's not the main.
Yeah, I mean, they made an alternate timeline, but somehow, some way, I know them. They're going to bring him into the main timeline. And then it's going to be a whole Thor, like, I mourned your death, brother. Like,
is it going to sound like that too?
Yes, it's going to sound exactly like that. Thor meets Hulk Hogan. Okay, that's how it's going to sound.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Brother.
What are you going to do when Thor Love and Thunder comes crashing down on
you? Echo. Another side character getting their own spinoff. Based on what exactly?
That's a great point. That's
all I got to say about that. What if season 2, Nova, I know you're watching this. What if season 1 sucked?
It did.
We did not need it, and we don't need a season 2, and that is a hill I am ready to die on.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, man.
Let's talk about it next time, Nova, please. Come on back. I would love to hash this out with you. Movie-wise, the Marvels.
Moving on.
I think at this point, everybody shares the same sentiment. Brie Larson herself said it the best. Do they want me to come back?
No, we didn't want you. Period.
No.
You suck.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
This guy stinks.
Look, it's literally the SpongeBob meme of Squidward coming out and getting tomatoes thrown at him, and then SpongeBob comes out right after and everybody cheers. Yeah. Literally will be us if we get somebody else to play Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay. I was like, who are we cheering for? Is it Miss
Marvel? There we go.
Oh, you know what?
Anybody else?
It's Monica. What?
Yep.
I don't know what her alias is
Rambo.
in the comics. I know, but like
Photon. I want to say Photon.
I'll cheer for Photon. I'm gonna boo Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel, yeah, you're fine. I'm neutral with you.
You're fine. We'll keep you neutral right now until something happens with your storyline.
We're gonna need something better from you, Cap.
Okay. These next two, I know people have seen trailers for already. I have not.
What the frick?
And there is reason why I have not.
Dude, you're trying to go in blind, aren't you?
I'm trying to go in blind.
You need to watch the trailers. You need to watch the first trailers. Why are you here? What? Someone get this kid off the show. What is he doing?
I'm wanting to go in blind because I've already seen some stuff from Guardians that already is breaking my heart a little bit.
Yeah, with a certain character dying.
You know what?
I'm not saying
I don't want to come to terms with that. I think I know who, but
it's just to let you know, the logo colors for each Guardians movie tells you which character is gonna die. Okay,
I know.
So like
I also know though,
it was brown for Groot. The second one was blue for Yondu. And the third one,
yes,
I'm not saying for spoilers.
I have a feeling, and this is just because this has been confirmed by the actor that this is his last hurrah. But I have a feeling it's Drax.
I can give my opinion.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy, though, I'm really looking forward to because I know this is going to be the last one.
Of this iteration.
Of this iteration. And I'm happy because this group has gotten their point across as actors. In my opinion. And they've done this movie series justice.
They actually made them mainstream. They were not mainstream before their series came out.
I love the Guardians. I'm so happy that they're finally getting this rendition is getting their closure that they deserve. So I'm really looking forward to that to see how they give them their last goodbye for now. And then Ant-Man. The movie that
boy.
can the movie that can
Make or break.
take you super high or bring you super low.
It's probably gonna do both.
It's gonna do both because that's what Ant-Man can do. And I love the fact that we got the setup for the big bad on this one with Kang because of Loki, and
Kang
that's
the
pretty much the only
Conqueror.
good thing that Loki has done so far. Kang the Conqueror, Kang, same thing. I'm gonna call him Kang because it's shorter.
There's different variants of Kang. This one's the Conqueror.
I know there's different variants.
I'm just
the
clarifying.
Conqueror.
We're not getting King
I know you're
T'Challa,
just clarifying. I'm interested to see this because this is going to be probably the first time that we get to see all four of them fight side by side.
Four of who?
Potentially. Scott Lang.
So the
daughter.
The first Ant-Man and Wasp, and then the second Ant-Man.
First Ant-Man Wasp. Yes.
Okay. Screw the dog.
I'm interested to see if they do that.
Go over that later.
I know you have some thoughts.
I'll say.
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's looking good for Marvel, but at the same time, they can do without 1, 2, 3, 4 of their slated to come out.
I'd say 5 if we're being honest.
5, really?
Yeah. Well,
I know your 5th one is. Yeah, so, I can see it.
So
but that's my thoughts. Marvel's looking up.
Is the series-wise, Marvel's lacking. Echo, I saw no point in them making this spinoff. The character was fine. I think if they would have had her in another series, like Daredevil, for example, to build her up more, then
give a spinoff.
Exactly. But the way she was, like, again, nothing wrong with the actress, nothing wrong with the character. There was no reason for a spinoff because there was no hype or story built for one. I don't think I'm going to watch this. I know Vince, what's-his-face, is as Kingpin's coming back for that series. I don't know if that's enough to make me want to watch it because, again, I don't see the point in it. Ironheart, screw Riri Williams' character. Literally could care less. I didn't care for her in Black Panther. I'm not going to care for her enough to watch this series. I think from what I heard, it has a tie into Armor Wars, which I know that's now being made into a film to replace the Blade slot, I believe, for 2023. But I'm not 100% confirmed on that.
Thank you.
If it is, I'm excited for Armor Wars. That's going to be a good movie to see. If it comes in 2024, I'll still watch it in theaters, honestly. I think Don Cheadle's a really good actor. I think he's good for the role as Rhodes. And honestly, Armor Wars could be really cool. I'm excited for it. Secret Invasion, also excited for. Again, I agree that this should be a film, a 2-parter film at that, because this event in the comics is such a major one that affects so many people. And I think to do it justice, you want it to be a film. Even if it's a film that releases on Disney Plus, that's fine. But I don't think a series is going to do it justice. Again, I'll have to see, but I'm excited for that one. Loki Season 2, I get why they're doing it. They're trying to build up more for Kang because he's the new saga big bad. I didn't care for
still think it
1.
should be Mephisto, but...
I get it. Season 1 of Loki was so lame, to be honest. Like, people tried to hype over it, but there was nothing to hype over. Sure, we got some cool comic accurate cameos in, like, towards the end, but 90% of the series was very whack. I was not a fan of.
It also basically just confirms the fact that he is self-absorbed and loves himself.
Yeah, it literally confirmed things we already knew.
Exactly.
He falls in love with himself, which
we already knew that.
Yeah. What If Season 2? Also, don't need, could care less. Season 1 was dog water. The animation was garbage as frick. How are you going to hire a studio to make that bad quality animation? Like, get Mappa on here. Mappa could do better than that. They freaking suck. Anyways, but yeah, I don't care for that. The Marvels, I'm interested to see what they'll do with it because they have Miss Marvel in there, they have Captain Marvel in there, and they have Photon supposedly in there. And we all know Brie Larson sucks so bad she can't even have her own sequel to her own standalone movie. Pretty sure they're going to kill her off or write her off or recast her or something in this movie. Which is fine, because she sucks at Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's a great character in the comics, to a certain point, depending on who's writing her. But this version just ain't it. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Nope.
I hope we can get more Miss Marvel and Photon, though, and get some good development with them, because I am kind of excited to see what the future of those characters are going to be.
I honestly think that's what they're going to do with this movie, to be honest.
That's why they're calling it The Marvels. Or the fact that Photon's not going to be Photon. She'll be the new Captain Marvel, which exactly. I'm fine with.
She'll take the mantle.
I'm totally fine with that. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I'm pretty sure half of the cast is dying. Drax, Rocket, and even, I think, Nebula, to be honest.
Really?
I think Nebula will die, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think she might be, like, severed into multiple pieces, but they'll put her back together.
No, I mean, that's just me. I think those three are dying for sure. But this
Where is Gamora?
This one's gonna be a tearjerker. Everyone can tell. This one's gonna hit feels, and James Gunn's trying to make it so it defies the third installment curse, where the third one's the worst. And so he did his best to make this one as good as he could. And this is also his send off too, since he's.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is his send off too, so he has to make it good.
Yeah, this is his last Marvel product for the foreseeable future, as he goes and focuses on writing and making the rest of the DC movies. However, I'm actually not most excited for that one. I'm more excited for Quantumania. However, screw the chick that they have for Cassie Lang. They screwed over the original actress, and they casted a younger version for no reason whatsoever. The chick isn't even a good actress. Like, how are you dumb enough to open up a portal and then just let it open as people tell you to close it? And then, oh no, we're sucked in. Like, you're a terrible actress. Go home. I'm not death threatening you. I'm not that petty, but I don't want you as Cassie. Like,
they really did screw over the original actress.
Like, how are you gonna, like, after the success of Endgame, you're going to put a post out within the next year saying, like, oh, we're having this chick as the new Cassie. And the original chick is like, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
It still exists.
Yeah,
like,
she's being told the same time as literally everyone else.
Yeah, that ain't right, though.
Yeah, and they did it just to cast a younger version so they can do a Young Avengers movie later on, or a series or whatever.
But they could have still done that with the original actress.
Yeah. No, this is Disney. You know them. So I'm honestly very up in the air. I think I'm actually more excited for DC's slate than Marvel's slate, to be honest. Marvel, I think series-wise, there's only one that I'm excited for. Movie-wise, kind of two. That's really going to be about it for me on the Marvel side of things. And then, I mean, even if we think about Star Wars, I don't think we have... anything. Maybe the Acolyte, but I don't think that's actually confirmed for 2023 yet.
No, not yet.
2022 has been a crazy year for movies, though. Not only for the stuff that we talk about, but the stuff we don't talk about. Like, there was The Northman, there was the Elvis movie, there's Avatar. Like, so many good movies that have came out in 2022.
Don't try to breeze over that. Don't try to breeze over that.
And,
I know my light is blue back there, but Avatar 2 did not need to come out.
Sure it did, and I'm glad
it didn't.
Anyways, let us
They're
know.
just Smurfs.
Let us know. They're not Smurfs. Let us know in the comments your favorite movies from 2022 from Marvel and DC, as well as the series. And then what else are you guys excited for 2023? This is going to wrap it up here for, I think, the last podcast for 2022 for us here at the Nerds and Squares segment of the Black Party. Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't. Look up BP Fun and click the purple logo, because we have a lot of things planned for 2023.
Y'all don't want to miss it.
You really don't want to miss it. And it's been a pleasure to have you guys along with us during 2022.
Yes, it has.
And I can't wait for more podcasts and more fun, really, to come out for 2023. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the host with the most, Captain Zeus. That is the most relatable panda as my lovely co-host. And we will... Well, don't do that. You're flipping off the British when you do that. Don't do that. That's
okay. Fine, just that.
You're still flipping them off. This is flipping them off.
Okay, sorry. I don't know.
For you Britons that were listening, he's flipping you off. He didn't do it on purpose. He's not Nixon.
No, not on purpose.
He's not Nixon. And we're moving on. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yes.
See ya. Almost did it. That time.